All right, we are here with Snatcher in a minute. Probably going to do our regular talk at the top of the game here. I don't know if we're going to finish Act 2 and go finish Act 3 and conclude the game, but we'll see. Hello, hello.
Woo! You scared me.
Haha.
Oh my god!
So scary.
Give me a fright.
You know, it's cold out today. There might be snatchers abound.
Oh, it could be you.
Could be me.
You've been snatched.
Have I exhibited snatch-like behavior?
Yeah, I just like I've just been playing in silence, and then you're just you were like right in the middle of my brain.
Hey,
I'm almost done with this.
I'm in the middle of your brain right now.
This little mission. I'm beating up robots as Thor.
It's a very special place to be.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm okay. Had another 3D animation class today.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm working with Cinema 4D, and I'm just having a blast, to be honest. Like, I think I could see myself really getting into it.
Nice.
We're drafting out environments for our short animations we're going to be doing at the end of the semester. And I'll send it to you. I created a little alchemy lab in 1-point perspective drawing. So I'll send you the draft.
Nice.
And it's not complete yet, but in 3D it'll look a lot better, and once I add the shading and everything. I don't draw that often. When I do, it's a big struggle.
Yeah, I've never been good at drawing. I've never had that ability.
I've never had the drive to just keep going and keep doing it, but 3D is like a very intuitive workspace for me for some reason. So we'll see how it ends up by the end of the semester. And I'll send you this little submarine I was working on, that I was following a tutorial on. And that's it. Reading the same stuff. My copy of Sandman Volume 5, I finally bought it. For some reason, people have gifted me Volume 6 and 7, and I just never got 5. So now I have
5.
A Game of You.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And so now I have 3 Sandman volumes on my backlog, and I'm like, sweet.
Nice.
Now I'm technically reading like 7 books.
Hell yeah. That's how you gotta do it sometimes.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And other than that, I've been looking on LinkedIn and looking at some studio positions and things like that. So we'll see where that goes.
Nice.
There he is.
It's me.
Beautiful. What about you? What's in Connor's world?
What have I been doing? I've seen every Spielberg movie now. So
Yay.
that's done. I watched AI. I finished that earlier today. It's a good movie.
Nice.
Fucking kind of a weird movie.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's a movie of parts, which I guess feels the most like Kubrickian thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is because a lot of his movies function like that.
Yeah, they're like separated into acts.
Yeah. Very distinctly too,
Uh-huh.
you know. And this movie has a similar thing where each third is very different from the last. Um, but yeah, it was good. And I'm actually gonna rewatch. I mean, I've seen it a dozen times, but I'm rewatching The Thing after I finish streaming.
Oh,
That's what we're
shoot.
talking about on the podcast. And yeah,
Is
that's
that
pretty much
streaming
it.
somewhere? I keep
No,
telling myself I need to watch it. I still haven't seen it since the last time we talked.
it is not streaming anymore.
Damn it.
I'm watching my Blu-ray. I
Nice.
checked because sometimes I like just watching it on my computer, anyways, and having to like I feel there's like a dutifulness I sometimes feel when watching like a Blu-ray home video thing, that when I'm watching there's something a little more casual about
Mhm.
when you're watching just like a web player.
Yeah.
But it's not on anything right now. You can
Oh,
rent it for a couple bucks. But,
yeah. I'll
so
get to it one day. One day I will.
one
For
day.
sure.
Um,
But funny
pretty
that you're
much it, though.
talking. What's that?
That's pretty much it, though. I'm uneventful. I am excited to finish Snatcher. I'm excited to see the end of this. I've liked the game. I've become a little frustrated by the way the mechanics of it work, where you have to
Yeah.
like click the same thing over and over again. But the story's interesting, and I know that this last section is going to be very story heavy, right?
Definitely cutscene heavy. But yeah, I mean, as for early work of Hideo Kojima, it's super ambitious for
Yeah,
1980, 80,
for sure.
88.
The cutscene stuff has been really fun. That stuff's just watching that stuff has been really fun. The frustrating part is the mechanics of, like I said, like I really don't like the whole like look investigate dichotomy, and the fact that they just like you're just gonna click on things indefinitely.
I feel like I've been kind of frustrated by it too this time around.
Yeah.
I think when you play this game off stream, if you
I was about to say that, yeah.
it might immerse you a little more. But yeah.
I can totally see that. There's also like you can do it faster at that point. Let me change the game.
I think next time we stream something, we can try using Parsec, and that means we can both kind of control the game. It's an app where like you can connect each other's computers and stuff. So maybe we can try that. I don't know how much bandwidth that's going to take between OBS and Discord.
But I have no idea. Yeah, I was thinking next let's do, because they're both short and we've talked about doing them, and it's a very different type of narrative game than what we've done. Is let's do the Portal games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that would be fun. Yeah, because that first one we'd be able to do in like a session.
Definitely.
And then
as long as we remember what all the solutions are.
We'll probably be able to, between the two of us, figure them out pretty quick.
Yeah.
I feel like I was getting that first Portal, I could do it in like less than an hour.
Yeah. Speedrunner.
Yeah. I don't even know if speedrunner is the right word exactly. I mean, I guess kind of. I wasn't trying to be a speedrunner. It was more just like, how fast can I beat this?
Yeah.
Let me look on.
I think speedruns they're like 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's not even close.
And they use like glitches and stuff, so but it's funny that you were mentioning Kubrick earlier, because just on a whim the channel turned to Full Metal Jacket on our TV, and I was noticing like, well, why is this in 4:3? And I was like, why are any Kubrick films in these weird aspect ratios? And then I started thinking about it. So like, what is your preferred aspect ratio on that film?
On Full Metal Jacket,
Yeah, do you?
I don't know. I haven't watched Full Metal Jacket in forever.
Yeah,
I really like. I mean, this isn't an original opinion, but I really like the first half of Full Metal Jacket. Second half
yeah,
of Full Metal Jacket is fine.
yeah.
Um,
It's
I
not my
find
favorite either. So.
I think there's only two Kubrick movies I love. There's a third one that I've seen only once now that I need to revisit. But the two I love are The Shining and Doctor Strangelove.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I find like 2001 and A Clockwork Orange and Full Metal Jacket a little distancing and
Mm-hmm.
cold in ways. The Shining is also cold, but it's like scary. And Doctor Strangelove is like both of those have like a layer of separation that works for me.
Yeah,
Um,
I love Doctor
yeah.
Strangelove.
His other early stuff I find kind of boring. 2001 and Clockwork Orange are definitely not boring, but they're just not like movies that inspire a lot of passion from me.
You've seen Paths of Glory? You think that's boring?
I haven't. That's one of the few I haven't seen.
Okay, Barry Lyndon.
I don't consider that to be an early film.
Okay, well, I was just speaking Kubrick in general.
No, but no, his later his like, because he has like two eras kind of, and I don't exactly know in the first ones. All of his second era films are interesting. Barry Lyndon I like a lot too. Barry Lyndon might be my favorite two. I don't know which one's which. Is The Shining, Doctor Strangelove. 3 might be Eyes Wide Shut. I need to revisit it, and 4 might be.
I want to see that again.
4 might be Barry Lyndon, and I need to revisit that one. I really like those, and then. Yeah, 2001 and Clockwork Orange are probably like the two of the ones that are especially in film school, type of things are the most like talked about. And
they
I find both of those, Clockwork Orange especially, I find very
I can tell you from experience too. A lot of crazy theater students are into Clockwork Orange. And
it's the Joker. It's the 70s Joker.
But I was looking up forums, and I was like, there's like whole forums dedicated to like what was Kubrick's aspect ratio.
Yeah, I know about that. Where because he I think what it was is he like knew things were going to get converted for TV or something, and so he like purposely did it himself. And so I think the answer is he all of them are technically his like his vision. It's just that he shot them with the intention of being able to be watched in either aspect ratio. So I mean, I personally only like, I don't know, I think aspect ratio is something that is tied to content,
right?
And so something like Raiders of the Lost Ark 2001 feels like a widescreen movie to me.
But like, so just to interrupt you, I looked it up, and I just want to get this point out there that he actually shot like The Shining and Full Metal Jacket in the 4:3 aspect ratio. Like the negative is that size. So it's just interesting to me how like theaters, I mean, the norm was widescreen, of course, at that time. But I don't know how you make that decision to like have multiple aspect ratios, that any of them are correct.
But I think the idea is that he heard that his movies were being, because this is like a later thing, right? That he started shooting the large aspect ratios
like,
or whatever
after Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, because there's we also should say that because there's a lot of times he'll shoot stuff with like a wider or taller aspect ratio, and the intention of cropping it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it'll just be a byproduct of the whatever they're using, whatever sort of film stock they're using. And so I think I mean, I could be wrong, but my memory is that he heard about around this time, that would have made sense, that some of his movies in like home video market or something like that, maybe not home video, but like in broadcast television, there was some way the movies were, his older movies were being shown where they were showing them boxed and they were just cropping off the sides. You know what I mean? And so he said, fuck that, I'm going to shoot the movies so that way when it goes to there, they can just reveal
Right.
this. I don't remember whether or not he preferred this. My memory is more, it was more like, I think the preferred is the widescreen version, but he shot that so that way when they do that, they could do that instead of cutting things
so it
off.
doesn't look weird, right?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, is that he wanted to. Whoop, Epic Games Launcher crashed. Oh my god. So I think he did it less as like a preference on style and more as like if you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do it myself. If you're gonna make my movies look different, I'm gonna control. I think he wanted to control what they look like.
That's definitely a Kubrickian thing.
Yeah. So I think the idea is that the widescreen, I think, is preferred.
Mm-hmm.
Or it might have even been like an opposite thing or not an opposite thing, but it might have been a thing where he was shooting big also, and instead of cutting off the sides, they were like revealing the top and bottom, and he didn't want that either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so then, and because they were like shooting things he didn't intend to be in the film, or whatever.
I think he was thinking about this kind of stuff even when he shot Doctor Strange, because like you can see it, like you can see the soft matte he was shooting with around the frame in Doctor Strangelove in certain shots. So, like it could be adapted to like the European widescreen or the American widescreen format. So yeah, it's interesting to think about. Just a weird tangent to go off on.
Yeah, I need to finish. Maybe there's a handful of directors that I only have like 2 or 3 films left to watch, and I think I might only have 3 films I haven't seen of his. Let me go on Wikipedia. I haven't seen Passive Glory, Spartacus, or Lolita.
Okay.
Let me see if there's anything else I haven't seen of his. Even seen his fucking boring short documentary film, The Seafarers.
Yeah.
Fucking sucked. I was like, why am I watching this?
I thought it was funny for the, like, I don't know, not nostalgia, but just like the antiquated part of it. Just kind of funny to look at.
Yeah, just Passive Glory, Spartacus, and Lolita.
Yeah, the only one I haven't seen is I think I've seen like half of Fear and Desire, and I fell asleep.
Sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep. Like that's the only movie I've ever fallen asleep to, and I'm like, nope, I don't care. I don't want to go back.
It's not even long either.
I know.
It's like, it's how long is this?
Doesn't hold my interest at all.
It's 62 minutes.
It doesn't hold my interest at all for any of those 62 minutes.
It's as long. It's barely longer than like a normal prestige television episode.
I could start like anytime, like put Barry Lyndon on in the background of my house and just like get sucked into it. But like Fear and Desire, I'll never sit down and watch that shit.
Yeah, I've seen his first 3 films. So it's weird. I specifically haven't seen like a chunk of his films, which is his 4th through 6th films. Mm-hmm. I've seen everything after Lolita, and I've seen the 3 films before. I feel like the 2 eras, the second era definitely begins with 2001 and might begin with Doctor Strangelove, but I also haven't seen the ones in between there. But those first 3
films, I think it might start with Lolita.
Yeah, I need to see those. You're probably right about that. I need to see those, but I didn't like Killer's Kiss that much, and I was kind of whatever on The Killing too.
Yeah,
I liked it better than the other 2, but
yeah, I like The Killing better. I can't say. I would have to go back. I would have to go back and see it again. I remember liking it.
Uh-oh, Batman. Hold on.
No, save Batman.
Oh, Batman got a tummy ache.
Uh-oh.
He had a vomit earlier. I knew he was going to have another one. I can't hear you, by the way.
It's okay.
Bella. You're okay, Bella.
Oh,
Boy, got tummy. Boy, got tummy.
it's okay.
Okay. Good. 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 All right, give me a second. I gotta clean this up.
That's okay.
I'm gonna turn my audio and video off. You can just talk to anybody watching my stream.
I'm chilling. I can't see his chat. Oh, maybe I could go into URL. I'll do that. All right, I can see the chat. I'll take any questions. Actually, I never thought about popping out Connor's chat alongside my own. I will do that. Maybe his chat is much more interesting than mine. My friends sometimes come by on the stream.
All right, I'm back.
Okie doke. I found out something exciting that I can pop out your chat alongside mine.
Oh, nice.
I never thought about doing that before, but
How do
now I do it.
In OBS?
No, it's I just went to the Twitch, your URL,
Uh-huh.
and I hit the settings. I'll send you my URL. I don't know if anybody's showing up tonight, but sometimes my friends come by.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just we chilling. We are
the only thing
an
it only
audience
ever
to each other.
sucks. It only ever sucks when somebody comes in and is like, "Who are you streaming to, you fucking idiot?" It's like, come on, man.
I've never gotten that. I've gotten bots, and I just banned them immediately.
Yeah, bots are fine.
Yeah.
I hate when people come in. It's like, what are you doing, man? You're going to streams with no views and picking on people. Fucking
Yeah, it's
asshole.
like, why don't you watch the stream?
Fucking ding dong.
There's mine.
It's the kind of person who deserves to get flipped, if you know what I mean.
Flipped. Flip them.
Nice. How do I... Oh, pop out chat. Oh, cool.
Ta-da.
Nice.
Let's hope that RetroArch doesn't crash when I stream it to you now.
Welcome to the chat room. This is the chat room.
Yes. The most exciting scream. CD backup. RAM cart. Set.
All right.
Is the picture smaller? I think the picture is smaller than usual.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let me... Did it crash?
No, it just like zoomed in.
Oh, okay. I want to fix something really quick
Okay.
on that. I don't even have the feed going to my OBS yet. Just my splash screen. Oh, no. I had to set it to a certain video driver the other day in order to use Parsec.
What's Parsec? Is that thing that you're saying that
Yeah.
you can share?
Yep. It's basically can share computer and people play through emulators all the time with each other. Yeah. So, okay, I think this should be good now. So now let me go and open up RetroArch. That looks correct. Now, let me get it up on my OBS first. There we go. Now I'm gonna send it to you.
Send that stream my way, partner.
Oh yeah. Stream of life, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's watch this stream.
Alright. Well. Looks fine. Back to this exciting screen. And there we go.
Nice. So let's finish playing Snatcher.
Yay! Here we are. Let's just do all the things. Can't go back. The way is blocked by debris.
All right, let's look.
There's some kind of scratches here.
Scratches? Check them out.
My light isn't powerful enough. It appears to continue on. Let's see scratches. The scratch was caused by the scraping of a very hard claw-like object of some kind.
A snatcher? Maybe they were using this as some kind of shortcut or back route.
It's constructed quite well. There are signs that construction to reinforce it has been carried out.
Alright.
I want to do it again. Reinforcing bars, formed of level 4 hardness steel alloy, have been installed. It's quite strong.
And that's what saved us. I guess we should thank them, eh?
Nice bars, dude. Seems that this is not just a simple air duct. Listen. I want to listen.
Let's see, listen.
Can hear the sound of water flowing.
Then we must be close to a way out of this thing.
See, I've enjoyed the voice acting aspect, that's for sure.
Yeah, that has been
That's
fun.
a lot of fun. Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah, we already did that one.
Ground.
Can we move forward?
Yeah, I wonder... There's something to do with that scratch, but... What's this? Did some sand spill here? How did this get here? Oh, well, that's a clue.
Sand.
Alright, now analyzing the sand. High-end particles of high quantities of phosphorus. This type of sand is particular to the M district in Neo-Kobe.
The M district, eh? Around the old factory, right? What's that mean?
Put comma at the end. Okay. Quite unusual that that particular sand would be present here. It was no doubt brought here by someone. It appears that a Snatcher was dragged through here. A human body would not cause such marks.
Maybe that naked snatcher we saw in the operating room.
That's probably correct. Whoa, that's a word I've never... Endostructure. An endostructure before the artificial skin was installed seems most likely. I was about to say, like, Endostraclites or whatever. I was like, whoa, slow down.
That's not it.
Metal, are you picking up any movement?
I'm afraid the shock of that explosion has damaged my motion detector.
So is it working or not?
I'm getting partial readings, but they are not as sensitive as they should be.
If we get attacked in a narrow area like this, we've had it.
Please pray for us, Gillian. We've got to make it out of here alive.
Damn. So I have to depend on my own eyes and ears, do I?
Funny considering we can't see shit.
Yeah. Let's see if we can move.
You could probably keep moving forward, but it's likely to be a dead end.
Buried alive, eh? Great. Check real careful. There's got to be a way out somewhere.
My light isn't powerful enough.
I can hear water. It can't be a dead end.
Probably a sewer or something nearby. Let's try moving now. Dead end? Okay.
Ground.
Sand? Oh, maybe more ground, yeah. Oops. Kinda laggy for some reason. Okay. For an air duct, the quantity of dust is quite low.
So that means that this thing is used regularly, right?
Yes, there is certainly no reason why anyone would ever just deliberately clean out an air duct like this.
No human would stack books this way. Achoo!
Can't imitate a sneeze too much or my dog will bark at me.
Gillian, is it Snow 9?
Pollen.
Alright, I will gather and analyze a sample of the air here. Gillian, the results are as I would have expected. Though the concentration is thin, there is definitely Snow 9 present.
Snow 9, huh? Is it okay to breathe it?
You've been breathing it this whole time. You will be safe at these concentrations.
Alright.
Move. Nope. There's more stuff. The farther we go, the higher the concentration. It must be coming from that direction. Can we move in that direction? No.
Let us move.
It looks like it continues for some distance. Both the right and left side of walls of the ducts have scratches on them as if something hard had bumped into them.
It's from the Snatchers when they move through this duct, I bet.
Oh, we already got that.
I'm not reading anything at the moment. No.
Got that already.
Scratches again? Ceiling? No.
Nope.
I've heard about that level 4 alloy many times now.
Yeah.
Does not seem to be just an ordinary air duct.
Looks
Move
like the
around.
Snatchers.
Oh. Yeah, I thought we already read
This is
that.
new. No.
With these scratches and the presence of Snow 9, I'd say it's definite.
I sure don't want to meet up with any of them in a tight space like this.
Aha!
There we go.
Alright, continuing forward.
Geez, this thing just keeps going.
Insectors, Gillian, use your blaster.
You gotta be kidding, not here.
Get him.
This is a piece of cake.
Clock. 3 o'clock.
It'd be a lot more fun with the...
Chaotic good. Chaotic good. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic evil. Lawful neutral. Chaotic lawful evil.
We got hit.
Lawful good. Lawful bad.
This would be so annoying on the PC. You have to use like the numpad. Oh! I'm no longer reading any motion.
Whew. They really build a lot of those things, don't they?
Gillian, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll live. Took 2 hits, though.
Thanks for making me feel bad, game. Those insectors must be the security for this area.
Which means that at the end of this duct...
Ooh, a new sound. I'm not reading any more motion. Let's move on.
What did I just say? We're at the end of this duct?
Maybe at the end of this duct?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't want to meet up with any more of those spiders.
We want to keep going.
Look, a way out.
We're saved, Gillian.
Metal, don't let your guard down.
What in the world?
This is part of the tube liner, the city's long-abandoned subway system.
You mean Queen's Hospital and this were connected?
Yes, it would appear that the Snatchers were using this to move from place to place. This would provide them with the perfect way to move about while still avoiding the ultraviolet rays they hate so much. We should have realized this sooner. The city is crisscrossed by the tube liner's old lines, and since they are abandoned, the Snatchers could move undetected as well.
Aha! That's how those 2 we caught a glimpse of at the abandoned factory where Gibson was killed were able to disappear so quickly. They must have used this subway.
That would appear to be correct. The tube liner passes underneath that factory site as well. That would also explain why sand from the factory was in the air duct at the hospital.
So this is the trick they were using to stay out of the sun and avoid being seen while they moved around.
Now we know why it took so long to uncover them.
All right, let's follow the subway. We should be able to get out when we get to the nearest station.
Yay.
How far does this bloody thing go?
We're probably lost.
I wonder where we are.
Look.
Metal, can you see what's up ahead?
It appears that the tunnel continues as far as I can see.
Listen.
The only sound is that of our own footsteps.
Doc.
Metal, how much further do we have to go to reach the next station?
Since I don't know what our exact present location is, I cannot give you an accurate figure. This part of the system doesn't have very many stations. We will probably have to walk quite a bit further. Probably it's gonna be all talk.
Keep wanting to talk.
What part of the city is this?
I believe we are probably underneath the MR district.
Yeah, just keep going, talk.
Hey, Metal.
Yes, Gillian.
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were awake.
Listen.
Metal, can you hear any trains approaching?
What are you saying, Gillian? The tube liner system has been abandoned for years. no sound besides what we are making. Gillian, what's wrong?
Look, metal, light!
Yes, but this doesn't look like a station.
There's a ladder.
Where do you suppose it leads, Gillian?
I don't have the slightest, but let's climb it and see.
All right, now climbing the ladder. We seem to have emerged into an odd place. Wait, this room.
This is I remember this
It's
bastard.
Freddie Nielsen's bathroom.
Yeah.
He was using this shaft from the bathtub to get down into the subway. So that's how he did that.
Ah, yes. As I recall, after you disposed of Lisa, he somehow entered the apartment without using the regular entrance.
Which he accomplished by using this secret passage into his bathtub.
The bathtub must be of a double construction. The bottom is actually a lid. When they wanted to hide the passage, all they needed to do was fill the tub. And to get in and out, they would just drain the water into another tank.
Jeez. Double bottom bathtubs, abandoned subways? Snatchers really go out of their way to stay out of the sun.
Yeah,
Okay, Gillian, let's head outside.
that's my fetish.
Let's go.
This is Freddy's living room. That map.
Let's go.
That map, though.
Oh, you want to look at the map?
Yeah.
Moscow, eh?
Oh, that's
Chinshuo over at Queen's Hospital had a picture of St. Basil's Cathedral. Chief keeps a picture of Red Square hidden. How come everybody is such a big communist these days? What's going on here?
Moscow seems to hold some clue to this whole thing, doesn't it?
Moscow. Did that guy say something about it?
Before the explosion, didn't Shinju-Oh say something about achieving what was meant to be 55 years ago? In the depths of the Kremlin.
Now that you mention it, this map is from exactly that era, isn't it?
I don't remember that at all.
Moscow, 55 years ago. The key to understanding the Snatchers no doubt lies there.
This has to have some meaning. I don't think they'd paste a 50-year-old map up here just as a decoration.
Well, also in the chief's office,
Uh-huh.
that face-to-face picture that is on the back of it has a map of, like, Red Square. And then...
I know, I remember that. I don't remember the guy saying the thing about the Kremlin in 55 years ago or whatever.
Maybe not. I don't know. That was a long cutscene.
Yeah. Do we want to investigate the map?
Yeah, I think we should. It's a late 20th century map. Alright, I think that's it. I think that was all I wanted to look at. Be careful that you don't touch the tape lines.
Tape? You mean this laser beam, right?
Don't break the beam, Gillian. We'll have people from headquarters all over the place. It's a security sensor, you know.
I see. Gotta make sure nobody messes with the evidence after all. Yeah, geez, I feel like I'm breaking into the place or something.
We're outside of Nielsen's apartment.
Thank God. Now let's get back to headquarters.
It's not gonna be fun.
Why is the...
Yeah, why is that? Why is the turbo cycle here?
No, I think he's saying walking back, so...
Oh. Oh, okay. But I'm wondering because, like, our turbo cycle crashed.
Yeah, I know.
I think he just gave you the option, and now it's like he's saying you can't do that or something.
Walking back would take far too long. We have to find some other way.
Aren't there any taxis or anything around here?
Why don't we search the area? Oh boy. Look, there's a taxi over there. Unless we can take out that Snatcher posing as the chief before tomorrow's Kyoto summit. It's past midnight, so it's actually today's summit. Then we'll be in serious trouble. We must hurry back to headquarters. Wait, no. There's a taxi.
I know.
It's a manned
Yeah.
taxi. The driver is behind the wheel. Now,
Nope. Investigate the taxi.
we gotta know everything about this taxi. The cab is for hire. Shall we board it? Yes. Yes.
Alright, cool.
I thought it was gonna be like some sort of conspiracy taxi. You know?
It's a
Come
cash
on,
cab.
Kojima. Alright, let's board the taxi. We boarded the taxi.
Where to, sir? This is a manned cab. I can take you anywhere you want to go.
This is tell destination.
We're on urgent business. Get us to Junker headquarters as quickly as you can. Junker headquarters, eh? What would you want to go there for? Something going down? We're in a hurry. Is that some kind of a joke, sir? You can't be serious. This is a manned taxi, you know. I can't go to a place like that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Metal, I think we picked a weird taxi. Listen, I'm a junker. Take me to Junker headquarters and do it quickly. I'm afraid not. You're gonna want to go somewhere else. You want to know where that is? You're going somewhere else. Where? Oh my God. Ah!
Is he dead?
That accent.
He's junk now. Stubborn one, wasn't he?
Jeez. He made it through that explosion and was waiting for us out here. If those things ever get control of the city, there's no way we'll ever get it back. We've got to stop them before that.
And to do that, we have to prevent the chief from getting to the Kyoto summit.
I know. And I have to pay back my debt to Random.
Let's use this
Rip.
taxi to get back to Junker headquarters.
Rip.
I planned on it. I just hope Mika and Harry are safe.
I forgot to say, rest in peace, Larry King. Died today.
Oh yeah. Do we need to save? Is that a thing?
I think we will.
Okay.
We've arrived at Junker headquarters. I certainly hope Mika and Harry are safe.
All right, Metal, this is it. The final showdown. Are you ready? Let's go.
Now entering headquarters. Ooh. This is the lobby. What? The shutter on the reception booth is closed. Save in the game.
Can you just go inside?
We can't go inside without Mika and letting us
Okay.
go, so we
Let's
gotta
look.
at this shutter. This is the protective shutter for the reception booth. It is automatically lowered in times of danger. Functions as a protective shield, so there is no way to see inside the booth. Bit like this. Let's try going inside, actually. Please switch to release the lock on the main doors inside the reception booth. The emergency light is flashing on the door check panel.
So headquarters has been put on emergency status.
The surface of the shutter shows evidence of having been struck by fire from an energy weapon. I read motion. Something is inside the booth.
Oh my god. It's probably Mika.
She hasn't moved anywhere else besides that this whole game, so...
Yeah.
Gillian, we have to open this somehow. It's been locked from the inside. The only way to open it is from inside the booth.
Can this be opened from the outside?
If it has an emergency external connection port, then it can be opened from the outside.
That's the booth. Metal, find this external connection jack.
Here we are. I've located an emergency external connection port on the side of the booth. With this, I will be able to open the shutter. Investigate shutter. Open this somehow.
Use metal gear.
Gear. It appears that something attacked this place. The shutter on the reception is closed.
Is Mika still in the booth?
There are a few holes in the shield, no doubt caused by blaster or cannon fire.
Cannon? Then it's Snatchers who did this. There you go.
Now plugging into with the emergency. Now plugging into. Why is there a with there?
Yeah.
Emergency external connection port. Releasing the lock mechanism. Now opening the shutter.
All right, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution. Anything could be inside.
Mika! Mika, are you all right? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Gillian? Gillian.
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief. The chief is a snatcher.
So he's finally shown his true colors.
Harry's...
What's happened to Harry?
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the snatcher in.
That was smart. Not even a snatcher can get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in. Metal, we're going in. Be careful. That snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Gillian, please be careful. The chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Don't worry. I'll watch myself in there.
Correction. He's Cunningham.
Oh
Sorry.
no.
This sucks. We're in the main hallway. What's this? Someone is down.
Look at that dumper he's got.
Harry!
Oh, Gillian, is that you? I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
I saw the chief messing with your turbocycle, and that weird picture in his office.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really? That bad, huh?
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. Doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This will work out perfect. You always were working too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it. You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you. I've always had trouble talking to people. since I was little, like my father. What I can remember of him.
Pulse and blood pressure falling.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and Jean, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet.
Gillian, I've lived my life alone. I didn't know my parents or family. Always so stubborn, glued to my research. I never really trusted anybody. That was a mistake.
Blood pressure continuing to fall.
Harry?
After Jean died, I felt it. Human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something I lost. Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Looks like I've been talking too much. It's up to you now, Gillian. I'm finished. You won't forget this old grouch, will you?
Harry!
Gillian, you've got to believe in yourself. You're the last junker.
Harry! Harry!
Pulse 0. Pupils are dilated.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That Snatcher is still hiding somewhere here in headquarters.
Metal, listen to me. If that Snatcher gets me, you've got to take Mika and run. Then you've got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high! You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
Damn, that was really good.
Let's check his office.
It was so good that my controller disconnected. Alright. Chief's office.
Let's just look around. Or search, yeah. What? In a place like this?
Alright, now investigating. No Snatchers here. I will check it out now. Are you ready? Oh, sorry, nothing there. Nice. I'll check it now. Please be careful. No Snatchers here. We are the only ones registering on my motion detector.
Can I just move? I think, yeah. Yeah.
You want to go down the list?
Sure.
Snatcher does not seem to be around. But
the only place one could hide in here, in this room, right?
I will check it out now. Are you ready? Oh, sorry, nothing there.
Who are you apologizing to?
Check it now. Nothing unusual there. What? Oh, sorry, nothing there.
Pick up any motion in engineering metal?
We are currently the only one registering on my motion detector. The ceiling is the only thing that's moving. See the fan.
Yeah. Detective room.
This is the detective's room.
Any motions readings in the detective's rooms?
We are the only ones registering on my motion detector. Now checking the locker. Nobody there.
The coat.
Check it out now. Are you ready? Nothing there.
Okay.
Okay.
Shooting range.
This is the shooting range. Practice.
We could practice. Let's practice. Let's see what it tells us.
How about a little target practice?
Finding the Snatcher is much more important than that right now.
All right. How about motion in the shooting range? Reading anything?
There is no reading. My movement center is functioning properly.
There's a good chance it's hiding in here somewhere.
I will check it out now. Are you ready? No Snatchers here. Now investigating. Nothing unusual. Nothing there. Don't see the Snatcher.
All right. Well, computer room. Let's do the normal. Let's
Registering any motion readings in here in the computer room, Metal?
There's no reading. My motion sensor is perfect. Alright, I will check it now. Please be careful. Check it now. Nothing there. Don't see the Snatcher.
hallway.
Back here.
I've checked all the rooms. Where could it be?
Let's go through all the rooms one more time. Let's investigate this area.
Yeah.
Not seem to be around. Just as we left it. He's lying on the floor.
Just wait here a little longer, Harry. I'll get the bastard for you. Any movement in this hallway?
Don't need any movement. We are the only ones in the area. Alright, let's go down the list again. This is the chief's office. What's this? There's something on the desk.
Hmm?
Look.
There is some kind of stain on the desktop. There was no stain like this a few moments ago.
Ceiling.
No. It's blood. Hope this isn't Chris's blood. We need a soundboard. It appears that the blood is dripping from the ceiling. Okay. Well, metal? Excuse me? Why don't we investigate the ceiling?
Oh my god.
Oh.
The lighting control system has been destroyed. Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
Hallway?
Yeah.
I guess the traces of blood are gonna be over here. Yeah. Let's just go.
This is really weird. It has to be somewhere in headquarters.
Let's go to another room. Let's move to the engineering room. Let's just go down the list again. Let's see where you went.
This is engineering.
Blood scene.
Cannot locate any signs of blood.
That's funny. I was pretty sure that I at least winged him. Let's move.
Shooting ranges or detective room?
Detective's room, yeah.
I'm gonna open that locker again. Again?
Just to make sure.
Nobody there.
Any blood stains? Nope.
Cannot locate any signs of blood.
That's funny. Shooting range. I don't see no blood.
No evidence of blood anywhere.
That Snatcher's wounded. There must be blood somewhere. Let's try the computer room.
No signs of blood anywhere.
Hallway again? Damn, where's it hiding?
There's no way for it to get out of headquarters.
There's still some rooms we haven't checked. Are there?
Rooms.
Front.
It's not fully. Yeah, the front.
Let's check
Let's
the
check
lobby.
The lobby.
You never know.
The main door was sealed off when we came in.
We've checked and double-checked everywhere else. Let's go take a look.
The main door has been opened.
Mika's
Did
gone.
Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod. What happened?
The lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed. Cunningham, is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself. I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you. Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A
How did you
hostage?
get those chains?
You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika,
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker.
Hiding behind the butt. Oop. Oh,
The
dishonorable for him
Snatcher's
to hide behind
functions
the
have
butt
been
like that.
terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry? I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but this ought to make us even.
Junker? You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just residual energy feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Queen's Hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into phase 2. For that we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. Your existence is meaningless as long as you don't get your memory back. Good luck, Junker.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Harry. Why? me? Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is all wrong.
Mika, don't worry. I won't let anybody else die. I've made a promise to Harry and Random. But the city is still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory? So what about us, Jamie? Who are we?
Gillian, it's terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
I can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you? Is it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't tell you. They've taken our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish, Professor Seed.
Oh my god.
Yup.
Did we make the Snatchers?
Did we make... Are we the baddies?
Yeah. Yes, let's save.
So normally, after that cutscene at the window, the
Uh-huh.
game would end in the original versions.
Huh.
Yeah. They
Interesting.
didn't make Act 3 until a few years later, and it got released on consoles.
Huh. That kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And there was like a radio drama as well. I think that
With
went
the
over
start
Act
of
3.
this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center.
A radio play they did separately from the game?
Yeah.
A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatchers' headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental, what about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, It definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian.
Am I right
The
or am I
chief's
wrong?
dead. Tell me everything you know about
My
me.
God.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
Oh my God.
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son.
Oh my
It's been
God.
confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry? Harry was my son?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry. Harry was my son. Did he know?
No, it was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right, let's go over what we know about them.
First of all, what is the Snatcher's weakness?
Sun rays, ultraviolet rays. This is the Snatcher's weak point?
That's correct. Their weak point is their defective artificial skin. Long-term exposure to ultraviolet rays causes mutations in the melanocytes in the Do you want to talk about that last cutscene for a second?
No, I'm just ripping.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Let me try to pronounce this word again. Stratum basal of their skin, which become cancerous. specifically long ultraviolet rays in the 250 to 350 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer.
That's right, and that's the reason why that they are so limited as to when they can be out.
Great.
They only come out at night in the middle of the winter, and wear sunscreen even then.
That's the method that John used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to. How ironic. And it turns out the destruction of an ozone layer, the ozone layer actually had a benefit for us humans. That's right. Now, what method were they using to move and be able to avoid ultraviolet rays and sunlight at the same time? Well, we just were there.
The underpass, right? Is that what it is?
Is that what they're calling it?
I don't know. Let's see.
This is the method of movement that the Snatchers were using?
That's right. They were using the abandoned tunnels of the old tube liner system to get from the place to place. That's how they were able to move around without being noticed.
Nielsen's apartment, the old factory, Queen's Hospital, all of their hideouts were connected by the tube liner.
So maybe there is a tunnel under their main base as well.
There's a good chance of that.
Next. What phenomenon was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared, including tunnels, including the underground tunnels?
The sneeze. This is the phenomenon you're talking about?
That's right. And what was the cause of the sneezing?
Snow 9.
This is the reason for the sneezing.
You're right, that is the reason for the sneezing. Snow 9 is an artificial form of pollen developed by the military, and its presence is limited to the regions. I can't think. I'm trying not to laugh. Okay.
They were using it to interfere with radio transmissions and kept people away. They probably were producing it intentionally themselves.
The only regions of the city where Snow 9 is still present are areas around the Ina River. It has been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. So that means that their base must be somewhere near the Ina River, right? That is a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near the Ina River, protected by the Snow 9.
Accessible to the tube liner and near the Ina River.
And we must not forget that the 3 photographs that we found the Snatchers with, all of them were related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. The map on the wall of Nielsen's apartment. The picture of the temple in the director's office at the Queen's Hospital. The Queen's Hospital. Queen's Hospital. The photo of Red Square.
Was that a mistake you made, or was that like a typo from
I
them?
made a mistake.
Okay.
The Queen. She goes there. That's her hospital. That's why the Queen is a Snatcher.
Oh my god.
Everybody loves her because she's got that personality programmed into her.
That's why she's lived so long.
Yeah. I get it now. She doesn't go out that often. Probably using a body double. The photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why did the Snatchers keep pictures of memorabilia like this? Maybe they're homesick. Maybe that's where they're from.
Homesick? Get serious, Mika. They're robots, you know?
Let's analyze this a little closer. What city is related to all 3 of these pictures?
Moscow. The city of Russia.
This is the city they have in common.
That's correct. It's Moscow.
Moscow must be where they come from. That must be the basis of their programming.
You mean the home of Tetris? You might be right. Just as people have a hometown that is dear to them, their creators may have put a hometown into their programming. They use very advanced artificial intelligence systems, so they may have needed something like that to maintain their emotional balance.
Yeah, they were born out of nothing, but they needed to give them some kind of image as an emotional base.
Glory be to Moscow. So Moscow is their creator and their home.
And the place that they found Jamie and I.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9?
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
Oh my god.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo-Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Time to go shoot some
Gillian.
robots.
Yes.
I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo-Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian!
Gillian?
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
What about Jamie?
Yeah, what about Jamie? What about after all those weird advances I made towards you? This is the last turbo cycle. The last starfighter.
Let's just go. Let's go.
Hot dog one more time.
Or hot dogging.
Where are we going? Of course, we know the answer to that question.
Church.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off.
I told you this whole act was like a big cutscene.
Flight configuration. Now gaining altitude.
I'm guessing there's gonna be some shooting here in a second.
Yeah.
Jamie, please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
Wear a mask.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood? Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
So is everybody else just too lazy to notice? I mean, like,
The Snow 9.
why is there so much Snow 9 over here?
They said didn't clean it up there for some reason.
We've arrived at the church.
Wow, now I know why they call it their Kremlin.
Listen.
The only sound is that boom. It's a very old church. It bears quite a resemblance to St. Basil's Cathedral.
No doubt they thought the same thing.
The building may be patterned after a traditional Russian church. It's quite old. It appears to be snow, but it's actually Snow 9. Try to avoid inhaling any of it directly. Good thing I don't have my smell-o-vision on. It's fallen, therefore much finer than snow. Surrounded by a large grove of tall cedar trees.
This is likely to keep just about anybody away.
Trees? Or the Snow 9?
I don't know.
Given the season, a few Christmas lights would really liven up the scene. The surroundings conceal the church from all but aerial surveillance. The building is about 50 years old, but appears very well maintained.
So where's the entrance?
Looks like it's right there.
On the front side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Just where I thought.
I love entrances. Definitely Snow 9. Sensor scan reveals that the food liner now passes directly underneath this area.
Well, that's no surprise. Looks like we've got the right place.
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
All right, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
Resident Evil.
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Barry,
That got it.
Wesker, and me are the only known survivors.
What?
Barry, Wesker, and me are the only known survivors.
What's this?
It would appear to be some kind of a chapel for the Snatchers.
Are you telling me those things pray? To whom?
No doubt to their creator. That's a portrait on the wall. That portrait on the wall is probably a representation of him. Dude, that's a Kingdom Hearts ass looking guy right there.
Yeah. Let's look at that.
This person is no doubt the one the Snatchers worship as their creator.
This guy, isn't that random?
It is random. It's random.
Yeah.
It's random that whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pun. One moment. I'll compare the picture with my data on random. While the facial bone structure of the individual in the portrait is nearly identical to that of random, a positive identification is impossible as the picture is not a photograph.
It just looks too much like him to be a coincidence.
Modnar.
So this is Professor Modnar? If you rearrange the letters in Modnar, spells random. This is the one that Snatcher was talking about, eh?
It appears to be a portrait of that person. The whole area is exceptionally quiet.
So have they already left for the summit?
It's all very organized, almost inhumanly so. There's another room farther back. Now continuing into the back.
Oh my god.
Sky
These Snatchers! Look at them all.
I'm not picking up any energy readings. They are all deactivated in some kind of suspension mode.
So this is their warehouse, huh?
There must be a few hundred of them here. They continue all the way to the back.
Still, this doesn't look like a factory to me.
None of these snatchers appear damaged. All they need is their energy packs. Gender units have yet to be installed, however. These are endostructures, which have yet to have the artificial skin installed. The bone sizing devices and skull slits are all set to the smallest sizes.
So their victims haven't been chosen yet. They're all just waiting their turn.
The layer is exceptionally quiet. Do not see any tools or equipment for maintaining anything in the area. This room would appear to be just a storage area. Not reading anything at all in the motion detector. There seem to be a number of containers stacked up in the back of the room. There's some kind of label here. 23rd Siberian Investigative Force.
Siberian Investigative Force?
It would appear that these snatchers were brought to Neo Kobe from the Siberian Neutral Zone. It appears that the investigative forces have been responsible for shipping these snatchers.
In other words, the investigative forces have been snatched, just like when they found us.
I see. So the Siberian Investigative Forces, SIF, bring the snatchers out of Siberia and into storage here.
I think you're right, Metal. And then the Snatchers just wait here in storage to be reactivated and adjusted after their victims are selected.
A rather efficient system. I wonder where the actual snatching takes place.
The back part of the room may hold the answer to that question.
So they're saying that they were made. They're made in Siberia.
Right.
Okay.
By snatchers for snatchers. Are you ready, Gillian? Now heading for the room farther back.
The Snatcher's culturing room.
The mechanism is operating. There is no sound except for the soft bubbling of liquid in the cylinders. It don't sound like no liquid to me.
Yeah.
Gillian, there are snatchers with their artificial skin already installed here. Snatch process.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle's attached.
Is it organic?
No, it appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
All right. There's your process. Computer terminal is installed on each preservation cylinder.
Terminal.
Power's on. Look at this, Gillian. The data of people to be snatched is all being neatly processed. This is the data. Data? These terminals. I almost did Patrick Stewart voice. These terminals must all be connected to a host computer which monitors conditions inside of each of the cylinders. There are tubes and wires running all over the place. Please watch your step. Ceiling. It appears that weak ultraviolet rays are being projected from above.
This is really advanced, way beyond anything we saw at Queen's Hospital.
The whole area is protected as a clean room. There's a door at the far end of the room.
Let's go.
Door. It's locked, but I should be able to open it from this side. Great. Door. It's a small little door with the doorknob attached. Great. Door. It said so that could not be opened from the inside. Door. No.
Investigate.
What else do we know?
Go back. Use Metal Gear? Or look? Nope.
These units are nearly ready to perform a complete snatch. These cylinders are used to vulture the snatchers out of skin and
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
My God.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Jin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
Interesting about the bit where he's like, I'm gonna shut off, basically.
30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Metal Gear is like, he's almost like saying like he has terms of use like programmed inside of him.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. No! Oh my gosh. We didn't save.
Oh shit.
Where's
the last save?
Wait, continue investigation. Let's see. Okay, we start from here.
Okay, cool. Thank
Just one more
fucking
time.
God.
Yeah. Tempest on steroids.
What on steroids?
Tempest?
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing, Hideo?
The hardest part of the game.
I know.
Alright. Big difficulty spike. They made it easier. Nope.
I wasn't ready for that.
No.
They almost got me.
2 times.
All right, let's open the next door. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa! These guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
No.
Jamie. They almost tricked me.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis.
That's
Popular movements
right.
pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher Project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, On June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church?
Random Mugio,
The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive. Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
My God. Hey, boo boo.
Who's there?
It's
Not
been
quite.
a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you?
Yes, please.
Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here. 57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project. However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, even had a child.
So upset.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled.
The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First,
I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods, indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Hey, boo-boo!
Oh my god.
Random!
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those, too, were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan, of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I'm guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you're the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Time to shoot some people.
Possibly.
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You
logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes.
More like the
You
logic of
must
a
go.
badass.
Don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, metal.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh, okay, metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
Thanks. Thanks, you two. Jamie, come on.
Good robots.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that. That was saved by 2 good robots.
No!
You pathetic old fool. You don't even know how to love someone.
You stupid machine. What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back.
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2,
He's speaking to
1.
us.
Here it comes.
Later, kid.
That was the biggest scream ever.
Oh wow, look at this.
7th Mechanized Infantry Team has completed boarding. 17th Special Engineering Squad report for boarding immediately.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
13th Special Operations Squad and all Junker personnel report immediately for departure.
We'll be waiting for you, too.
Katrina! Mika! You're here too?
You better be happy, Buster, with all
Yeah.
these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Oh look, we get to control this part.
Oh nice. Let's look. Let's look at Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry for all the worry I've caused you.
I have to voice all 3 of these characters.
This kid has such a rough time. She lost almost everything practically overnight. She's done a really great job. I owe her a lot of thanks.
Trying to learn more about you was what got our relationship started. I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being all home alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video phone call. Before I knew it. We really became close, didn't we? With even Alice gone, I was really lonely.
Katrina.
Whoa. Our relationship has gone beyond just being friends.
Beyond just friends? That sounds pretty good to me.
They're both so easy to talk to. It's like I've got two real sisters now. Oh, don't be so stupid, Gil. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. They're just like family to me. I don't care if you get your memory back or not.
Why?
Because getting your memory back will mean that you'll remember those things about me that you hated.
Things that I hated? What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections is part about what being married is all about, Jamie.
Yeah. Gillian.
Don't worry. No memories will change how I feel about you.
Thank you, Gillian. Oh, that's me. I'm Jamie. It's good to hear you say that.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Have a safe trip, Captain Seed.
What, me a captain? Not a bad first rank for someone like me who was in the military.
Whatever you do, just come home safe,
like a
okay?
Ranking
when you
system
get
at
back
the
from
end.
this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait! Wait for me! Take me with you, please!
You?
He's a Sega CD.
Metal?
Hell yeah.
Sure. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh? Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
Yay.
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
Yay.
Yay. We did it. I think.
Big cutscene.
Yes, yeah, this is definitely a Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah. Big cutscene throughout and a really big cutscene at the end.
Yeah, that last one, Batman threw up like 50 minutes ago, and I haven't been able to step away.
No.
So.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It is what it is. So I've been here like, all right.
Well, go clean it up now, and then we'll talk.
Let's talk over the credits. He's by my feet now, so he's fine. I'll deal with it. Let's talk about this, like in the VOD. Let's talk about over the credits.
Right.
This was good. It definitely had like I said, those issues with the controls, and definitely like. Sure, you get a little impatient towards the end.
Yeah, there's just so much detail to go over. Is really the saving grace and the brunt of this, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely something where I think playing it by yourself probably a little more easier to get through, that kind of stuff. But it was really fun, and I liked a lot of the ideas, and the fact that this is like more than 30 years old. It's pretty, Ooh.
That's the emulator, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see what. I wonder what he'll do next.
I think what he tries to reach with like discussing political themes and like social problems doesn't come across as strong in this. Like he really just wanted to make a cool thing and then tack on those ideas at the end.
It definitely feels a little bit, because he obviously really thought out the like scheme and that the narrative, you know what I mean, and like what like the Snatchers are doing and all that stuff, but the thematics are a little basic in terms of just like it's just general like be good. Be good to people.
It's compelling, but it's like it's overly drawn out in some respects. But I mean that's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, that's compelling but overly drawn out.
I don't really know anything really specific. I've played this a few times, and I don't really have anything that deep to say about it.
Yeah. Well, let's.
I think it's just, I think gamers, if you were lucky to have played this back in 1994, when the Sega CD had got this game, like, I think those kinds of story elements really open up your world to thinking about that kind of stuff.
For sure.
Especially
when
the
you say
video
the original version,
1988.
Yeah. Obviously, you wouldn't have that last section that we played today, but even still, I imagine you play it back then, and just 8 years, like less than 10 years before that, more or less, video games are just it's like asteroids, and now there's something like this.
Yeah, and I mean, we did have point-and-click adventures back in the 80s, and like through Sierra, like with King's Quest and Space Quest and things like that, but they never like really talked about like themes. It was more like about the setting and solving puzzles. And I can really say that this is probably one of the first that has a total narrative focus.
Yeah.
That I think appealed to a lot of people who were consuming anime at that time and just getting into anime as well when it was emerging in the US. So I think that makes it a pretty important milestone for sure.
Yeah. And was Kojima? Did Kojima do anything before this, or this is his first big thing?
He did the first Metal Gear.
Oh, okay.
And then after this, he did Metal Gear 2, which eventually Metal Gear Solid's kind of a pseudo remake of Metal Gear 2. They go over the same kind of themes. So Metal Gear Solid definitely like is his crowning achievement in terms of like mixing those gameplay elements with the narrative. There's a pseudo sequel to this called Police Knots. It's like in the same kind of point and click format. And then there was a sequel radio play that was released a few years ago. He collaborated with Suda51, who also did like games like No More Heroes and Killer 7. It was called Snatcher. SDATH whatever. It's like a pun on Suda51 and Snatcher, so it's called Snatcher. Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't like listened to it or anything. It's subtitled, and I don't know how I feel about just like reading subtitles against a blank screen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're essentially just hearing nothing that makes any sense and reading. But yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's.
So next time, Portal.
Yeah, for sure. I might take a week or so, a little off. I'm not sure exactly, but I'll hit you up.
Totally okay. Let's have some more fun.
Cool.
All
Well,
right.
I will talk to you later. I'm gonna clean up this vomit.
All right. Sorry.
No worries. Bye.
Please, I hope Batman's okay.
He's fine. He has a little tummy ache, and so
Yeah.
he always spits up a few times. It's like literally like very little vomit. So
Give him good pets for me.
oh well.
All right.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right. Night.
Bye.
All right. That's it for me tonight. Thank you, anyone who has joined. We will be back with Portal. I might stream some stuff on my own, just cause, with some other friends. I've been thinking about it. So, catch anyone who's watching this later. And the VOD will be on YouTube. I also have a Discord if you want to join. Should be a link in the description. All you have to do is DM me to get access to it once you get the link in there. So hopefully that development can continue. And, you know, meet some cool people on the internet. Maybe we can play games together. So, talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks for joining, Snatcher.